Some time ago, I was listening to a Spanish psychiatrist, and she was explaining something that it made a lot of sense for me. I'm not the best person to talk about this here, okay? Doctor, if anything you feel to add or to correct me, please. It was explaining that our body, it is in its natural way, it's always looking for a way how to bring the body back to balance. Okay? Our system as a whole. So, for instance, what happens is that when we have a very strong pleasure, we have this very strong kick of dopamine, we experience a lot of pleasure. So in order to try to bring back balance, because that's too much dopamine that we are generating, two things happen. One thing is that the brain starts to hide the receptors of dopamine. So what happens is that we always need more stimulation to have the same level of pleasure. And the other thing is that in order to bring back some balance, when we have too much pleasure, what's the opposite of pleasure? Suffering. This sensation of empty, of something missing. So when we have a lot of pleasure, our system naturally will try to bring us back to some balance by generating the opposite. So what is seen clearly, even like nowadays through neuroscience, for me it's very nice to see a physical explanation of what Buddhism has been talking about for 2,500 years. No? But we see that when we look for happiness, for well-being in something that is momentary, and that's recognition, that's power, that's money, that's physical pleasures of our senses, that's gaining, that's all the pleasures that comes through this process of the I and the my constantly. Do they bring us a state of well-being when we go after all these things? Yes. Is it sustainable?